another live CSEC class. Today, being Tuesday, is the day that we focus on algebra, and our topic will be factorizing quadratic expressions. Last week, we looked at linear equations and solving linear equations. We had the week before that, we factorized linear equations, and we have been solving linear equations. So now it's time for the quadratics. So we will be factorizing quadratic expressions, and the next step after that is solving. So the next algebra class, we will be learning how to solve quadratic, equations. So we solve equations. All right, so before I dive into that, let me play for you our schedule of classes. Reminding you that we have 5 live PEP classes per week and 5 live CSEC classes per week. Here is the schedule. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, so here we go. We're going to be factorizing quadratic expressions. I have in studio with me some very loyal and dedicated scholars. So I'm going to welcome on screen with me Asar, Imani, John, Amari, sorry about that. All
Good
right.
night, Miss.
Good night. Good night. Where did Asar go? I think Asar got kicked off, but he'll be back.
Yeah, Miss.
Okay. I want to welcome those in the chat. Welcome Dinsmore. Welcome ACAC. Welcome Jamani. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna share the screen so we can see. Um, this one. All right, so let me know if you can see the screen, Imani.
Yes, miss, we can see the screen.
Miss, can you please not skip it?
Pardon me?
Miss, can you please not skip it? Miss, I'm marking it off.
You mean what's on there now or as we go through?
Miss, what's on there now? And also, I will go.
Okay, go ahead, John.
And you,
Good night, Adriana. Welcome.
Miss, I'm finished writing it off now.
Okay, John. All right, so what's this quadratic expression thing all about? So let's see. All right. So when we're factorizing quadratic expression, well, first of all, what is a quadratic expression? When we talk about quadratics, we're talking about expressions where the highest power of the variable is a 2. Or in other words, we would have x squared, or whatever the variable is, it will be squared. That's the highest power. So we could also have an x term, x to the first power, and usually we have both, as well as a constant term. So usually you would see something like y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 6, something in that form, where you have the x squared term, the x term, and the constant term. But it doesn't have to be like that. You could have y equals 2x squared minus 4x, and that's it. Or y equals 2x squared plus 6. So in other words, you might have the x squared term but and the x term but no constant, or in other words, the constant is 0, more accurately. Or you could have the x squared term and the x term is 0, and then you have the constant term. So either one. Or you could just have the x squared term. You could have a plain and simple x squared. That's a quadratic, right? No, we're not doing equations, we're doing expressions. So it's not going to be equal to anything. It's just going to be there floating in space. So we're going to have either 2 or 3 terms, and we're going to factorize them. So we're going to pull out the common factors. But there's a special way that we do that when we're dealing with quadratics, all right? And the method for that is, well, first of all, I should tell you, not all quadratic expressions can be factorized. So not all quadratic equations can be solved by factorizing. There are other methods we can use for those expressions or equations that we cannot factorize. For example, we could complete the square. We could have, it could be the difference of squares. We could use the quadratic formula, which always works no matter which kind of equation it is. However, if the equation or expression can be factorized, then that is one way to do it. So the idea is you're going to first multiply the two end terms. So that would be, you're going to multiply the coefficient of the x squared term with the constant term. And you must make sure that the expression is in the order of the quadratic. So if there are the 3 terms, you have to put them in order with the x squared term first, then the x term, then the constant term. All right, so you have to make sure they're in that order. And then you're going to look at the coefficients. So the coefficient is the number that is in front of the variable. So the coefficient here is 2, here it is -4, and the constant term is 6. So we would multiply the coefficient of the x squared term by the constant term, and we're going to put our product to the side, and we're going to think of 2 factors of that product that can add to give the middle coefficient. So 2 numbers that can multiply to give the product that we just found, but which can also add to give the middle coefficient. So we're going to be doing it together, and as we do it, you'll see more clearly what I'm talking about. So
Miss, Miss,
let's
please
now.
repeat what you just said, Miss. So, Miss, we first find the product of the 2 and the 6, Miss, which is 12, Miss, and then we try and find numbers that can, and then we multiply, then we try and find numbers that can give the in the middle, Miss, when I'm in the middle. Okay, I was just making sure.
All right, yeah, so that's what we do. So in this case, the coefficient of the x squared is 1. It's not there, but we know it's there, right? There's a 1. And the constant term is 6. So we're going to say 1 times 6, and that gives 6. So then we're going to say, what 2 factors of 6 add to give the middle term here, which is 5? So we can list the factors of 6. We know it's 1 and 6, 2 and 3, but also -1 and -6 also multiply to give a +6. -2 and -3 also multiply to give a +6. So which pair of these add to give a +5?
Miss 2 and 3? Miss 2 and
2
3.
and 3, correct. So what we're going to do is, let me see if Asar is back. Okay, Asar is back. So what we're going to do is to remove or oh Lord, I had to close. Hold on, give me a second. We're going to remove the or replace the 5 with the 2 and the 3, but remember to put the x. So we're going to write back the x squared.
Is you're not sharing your screen?
Miss, you're not saying.
Oh, hold on. Okay, let me get back my screen up. All right, so tell me when you're seeing the screen.
Miss, we're seeing it now.
So we write back our x squared term, but instead of the 5x, we're going to put 2x and 3x. We haven't changed the value of the equation. This still gives 5x. But the reason we're doing this is we want to be able to group them in pairs. So we split it up. So we'll have 2 here. So we can group this 2 and that 2 and factorize them. So now that we have them in pairs, we ask what are the common factors. So what's common to x squared and 2x? X is common, right? So we pull out x in front. And when we remove x, we're left with, so x into x squared, we're left with x. X into 2x, we're left with 2. The common factor for 3x and 6 is 3. So 3 is common. 3 into 3x leave x, and 3 into 6, 2. So at this point, you should check and ensure that you have the same factor. So x plus 2 is a common factor here. So we pull that. And then the 3 and x are left back when we factor out x plus 2. So these are our two factors now, x plus 2 and x plus 3. Any questions so far?
Yes, miss, I have a question.
What's your question, John?
Miss, why would we take out the two in the one with the three, miss, and replace the two with the three?
Why? So you're saying for this pair,
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
why did you take out the 2?
No, miss, in the brackets, miss, where the three is outside of the bracket. Yes, miss. Why would you replace the two?
We're not replacing the 2. This x plus 2 and x plus 2, that's a common factor, so we put it by itself here.
Yes,
And what's left back now is the x plus 3, so we put that by itself.
okay, miss.
All right, so we're going to do 2 more together, and then I give each of you one to do, okay?
Okay, miss.
All right, so let's do okay, let me see. All right, so let's do 2 together. So we have 10x squared plus 11x plus 3. So 10 times 3 and that gives 30. And we ask ourselves which factors of 30 add to give 11. The factors of 30 are 10 and 3, negative 10 and negative 3, 6 and 5, negative 6, negative 5, 15 and 2, negative 15, negative 2, also multiply to give. All right? Am I leaving out anything?
Miss, you're subtracting, right?
I'm saying when we multiply two negative numbers, we get a positive. So
Yes,
these
miss.
are also factors that multiply to give this. So which pair of these add to give 11?
Miss, 6 and 5.
6 and 5, miss.
All right, so the 6 and 5. So we're going to replace the 11 with 6 and 5. I'm going to put the 5 closer to the 10 since they share common factors, and the 6 closer to the 3, okay?
Yes,
So
miss.
I'm not changing the value of the expression. The overall value of the expression remains the same. I'm just replacing 11x with 5x and 6x. And remember to put in your x's. So now that I have 4 terms, I can pair them up and factorize. So the common factor of 10x squared and 5x is 5x. 5x into 10x squared goes 2x, and 5x into 5x goes 1. Common factor of 6x and 3 is 3. 3 into 6x goes 2x. 3 into 3 goes 1. So as I said, we must have the same thing in the bracket at this point. If you don't, you have done something wrong. You need to go back and check. So we write that common term, 2x plus 1 is common. That's one factor. And the other is 5x plus 2.
Yes. Yeah.
So these are the common factors. Let's do one more together. All right, so let's do 20x minus 7x minus 3. So 20 times negative 3 is negative 60. The factors of negative 60 will be 12 and negative 5, or 5 and negative 12, 10 and negative 6,
And
or
then
negative 10 and 6, 3 and negative 20, or negative 3 and 20, 15 and negative 4, or negative 15 and 4. Which of these add to give a negative 7?
it's a negative something. Um,
Which of them, when you add them, you get a
12
negative 7?
it's 12 and 12 negative. Oh, wait, sorry.
Negative 12
Yes,
plus 5.
yes, wait.
Negative
5,
12 and
5,
positive 5. Okay.
5.
So we're going to replace the negative 7 with negative 12 and positive 5. I'm going to put the 5 closer to the 20 and the negative 12 closer to the negative 3. So I will have 20x squared plus 5 is a positive 5x. It's a negative 12x. And then I'll have my minus 3. Okay. So the common factors for 20x squared and 5x is 5x. 5x into 20x squared goes 4x. 5x into 5x goes 1. The common factor here is negative 3. Negative 3 into negative 12x goes positive 4x. Negative 3 into itself goes positive 1. So you notice the sign here has to be positive. So when you multiply it back with this negative 3, you end up with a negative 3. In the brackets, we have 4x plus 1. And outside the bracket, we have 5x minus 3. So look and tell me if you understand, if you have any questions.
It's understand.
Okay, so Adriana is saying, first time joining. You're welcome, my dear, and thank you for joining us. Remember, those in the chat, post your comments, post your questions, post your answers. All right, so Imani, you're going to do one by yourself. Okay, ready?
Yes, miss.
All right, so let's go. And those in the chat, when you work out, you can work out the the expression, factorize it for yourself, and so you can compare and see if you have the same answer that we got. Okay, so let's go. All right, Imani, so this one is yours. So walk me through it.
Okay, miss. So, since it's already in the order of x squared, then x, then the term by itself, we're going to multiply negative 10 by 3.
All right.
and
So
that's going to
3 times negative 10, and that gives,
negative 30.
okay, negative
Yes, miss.
30.
And we are going to list out the factors of negative 30 to see which
Mm-hmm.
pair add up to give us positive 13.
Okay.
So it could be negative 1 and positive 30.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Miss, it could also be negative 30 and positive 1.
Mm-hmm.
Could there could be 15 and negative 2 and
Mm-hmm.
2 and negative 2 and negative 15 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
There could also be negative 3. Wait, yeah. Wait, no, we already have that. We already have that, miss.
Not
So that's,
in, not over here.
we could have negative 3 and 10
Mm-hmm.
and negative 10 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
We could have negative 6 and 5,
Mm-hmm.
negative 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
We could, oh, wait.
That looks like all of them.
That's it. So, Miss,
Fine.
here that we would use would be negative 50. Wait, no, sorry. Positive 15 and negative 2.
But what are we looking for?
Miss, we're looking for the pair that adds to give positive 13.
Okay. So which of these, when you combine them, you get positive 13?
Miss, positive 15 plus negative 2.
All right. So these two. Okay.
Yes. So it's going to be 3x squared plus 15x minus 2x minus 10.
Okay. So we have
Okay.
replaced the 13x with 15x minus 2x.
Yes, miss.
All right.
So now we're going to um s- factorize them in pairs. So
Mm-hmm.
the a common factor of 15x and 3x squared is 3x. So 3x into 3x squared goes x times, or it leaves x. And 3x into 15x is positive 5.
Mm-hmm.
The next pair, we can use negative 2, and
Mm-hmm.
negative 2 into negative 2x goes x times, and
Mm-hmm.
negative 2 into negative 10 goes positive 5 times, because
Mm-hmm.
negative divided by negative is positive.
Okay.
So our factors would be 3x minus 2 and x plus 5.
Okay. Great. All right, Asar, you're up. So this is yours. That's yours, Asar.
Okay, miss. So since it's already in the proper order, we
Mm-hmm.
just have to say 16 times 3
Okay, so
equals
hold on. What's my mouse doing? All right, so 16 times 3 gives,
equals 48.
okay, so 48.
And then we see what are the factors of 48.
All right, so let's list out the factors of positive 48.
So we have 48 and 1.
Okay, so 48 and 1.
We have negative 48 and negative 1.
Mm-hmm.
We have 16 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 24 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And remember the negatives of these because it's a positive 48. So negative 16 and negative 3 also give positive 48. Negative 4 times negative 12, right? Negative 6 times negative 8, and negative 24 times negative 2. All right, so which of them? Go ahead.
So then we look at which of them add to give negative 14.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be negative 6 and negative 8.
Okay. All right, so what do I do after?
Then you can substitute negative 14x for negative 6x
So
minus 8x.
write back this one. And instead of the negative 14x, I'm going to put these two. So negative 8x minus 6x plus 3. All right, so where do I go from there?
Then you factorize it. So
All right, so I put them in
2,
pairs, pair them up. So factorizing these two, what do I get?
2x can go into them both, or
No.
8x.
So choose the 8x, which is the highest common factor. If you use 2, you're going to end up having to factorize again, right? So choose the highest common factor. So that's 8x
And 8x into 16x goes 2x. X squared.
2x.
Yeah. 8x into negative 8x goes negative 1 times.
Mm-hmm.
Negative, the number that can go into both of those is 3. Negative 3.
Negative 3, okay.
Negative 3 into negative 6x goes 2x times.
Mm-hmm.
Negative 3 into positive 3 goes negative 1 times.
All right, so check and make sure you have the same thing in the bracket.
We have 2x minus 1 in the first bracket and 2x minus 1 in the second one. So it's
Okay,
the
so
same.
we're good to go. All right, so what do I do from here?
Then you write back the 8x minus 3.
All right, so 8x minus 3 and
The 2x minus 1.
2x minus 1. Okay, so we are factorized. Thank you, Asar. Let me check my chat to see if anybody in the chat got that answer. Where are my chats? Answers. Come on, guys, post your answers. Don't be afraid to post your answers. Put them up and then we'll see if you were wrong, all right? And if you were wrong, you can see where you went wrong. All right, so once you work out your answers, just put them up, post them, and let's see. Or if you're not understanding it, yeah, you have a question, post your question. Or if you have a comment, post your comments, okay? So let's continue. Is Amari here, Imani?
No, Messi sleeping.
All right. So John, it's your turn.
Yay! I love doing math.
Yay, I love people who love it. All right, so 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. That's yours, John.
Yes. Okay. 3x squared. Oh, okay. So Miss would multiply the 3 times, times negative 6,
Alright.
and that gives negative 18.
Is it already in the quadratic format?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, what do I do now?
Miss will find the common, wait, Miss will find the factors of that number.
Factors of what?
Miss, negative 18.
And what are they?
Miss, negative 18 times 1,
Mm-hmm.
9 times negative 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 times negative 6.
Mm-hmm.
6 times negative 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Miss, negative 2 times 9.
You have that already.
Ah, right.
So you mean negative 9 times 2.
Negative 9 times.
Okay.
1 time, wait, Miss, negative 1 times 18.
Okay.
Miss, I think that's it.
Alright. So what do I do now?
Miss, we're going to find which one when we add them, Miss, we get 7. And Miss, that would be 9 minus 2.
And that 7 would be the middle coefficient. So 9 minus 2 gives 7. Okay. Alright, so what do I do?
Miss, we're going to rewrite the equation, Miss, into something else. Miss would be 3x squared plus 9. Oh, wait, yeah, yes, Miss, plus 9x minus 2x minus 6.
Okay, and then what?
Miss, and then after that, Miss, we're going to put it in the bracket form, Miss. So, Miss,
Mhm.
3x squared and 9, Miss would use 3.
Just 3.
Miss 3x, Miss 3x.
Alright, so 3x.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then Miss would be 3x into 3x squared. Okay, Miss, so that'd be 3x into 9x, Miss, which goes
No,
3x.
no, do this first, John.
Okay, Miss, that would be 1x squared. Miss, that would be x squared. X squared.
Just x, just x. You'd have
Okay,
to
Miss,
put a 1 and it's not squared because
because you are.
you're splitting up the squares into x and x.
Yes. And then
Alright.
Miss, we're going to, yes, Miss, and then 3x into 9x, Miss, goes 3 times, Miss, so right there because 3x.
3,
Yeah. Or repeat
not
it.
3x, 3.
Yes.
See the x here already and this only had 1x.
Yes. Okay, Miss. And Miss, for the 2x minus 6, Miss, would have to use 2x and 2.
X isn't common.
Miss 2. Miss 2.
Negative is common as well.
Oh, yes, so negative 2. Okay. And Miss, negative 2 into negative 2x, Miss, that goes one time. Miss, so right back there. Yes. Minus negative 3. Oh, wait, Miss, negative divided by negative give you positive. So, Miss, plus 3.
Okay.
And Miss, the new one would be 3x minus 2
Mm-hmm.
and x plus 3.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna give each of you another one. All right.
Okay, miss.
Okay. So everybody gets one more, and let me check the chats. Okay. So everybody gets one more, and that should take us down to the time. Okay.
Yes,
All
miss.
right. I know you love doing these
Yes, miss.
because they're easy, right?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
All right. So let's go. So Imani, this is yours.
Okay, miss. Is that it?
Yep. That's
Okay.
it.
So the first thing we're going to do is multiply. Since it's already in the format of the quadratic expression, we're going to multiply the 8 and the 3.
Okay.
That's going to give us positive 24.
Imani, ask mommy to keep it down.
Yes, miss.
I know she's enjoying the jokes that daddy telling her, but ask her.
Yes, miss.
Run, go and go tell her to keep it down, please.
Yes, miss. So
All right.
we're going to find out which pair of factors of
All
24
right.
adds up to give positive 10.
All
So
right.
the first two factors of 24 are 1 and 24 and negative 1 and negative 24.
Mm-hmm. All right. -1, -24. Okay.
Okay, miss. The next one is 2 and 12 and negative 2 and negative 12.
Okay.
And we also have 3 and 8 and negative 3 and negative 8.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 and 6 and negative 4 and negative 6.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, miss.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, miss. So the pair that would give us
So
20,
what are we looking for?
the pair that multiplies to give positive 24 and adds up to give positive 10.
Okay.
So the pair that multiplies and gives positive 24 and adds up to give positive 10 is positive 6 and positive 4.
Okay.
Yes, miss. So it would be 8x squared plus 4x plus 6x plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to factorize the pairs that we have. So
All right.
8x
So
squared,
this pair and that pair.
yes, miss. So the LCF of 8x squared,
HCF.
oh
HCF.
sorry, HCF of 8x
Mm-hmm.
squared and 4x would be 4x,
Mm-hmm.
and 4x into 8x squared would give us 2x,
Mm-hmm.
and 4x into 4x gives us 1, so
Mm-hmm.
plus 1. And then for the other pair, the HCF of 6x and 3 is 3, miss. So 3 into 6x is 2x, and 3 into
Mm-hmm.
itself goes 1 time, so 2x plus 1. And
Okay.
or um, pairs of factors would be 4x plus 3 and 2x plus 1. Yes, miss.
Excellent. All right, Asar, you're up.
Okay, miss.
So 15x squared minus 4x minus 3.
So that would be 15 times negative 3. which is negative 45.
Mm-hmm.
And then we list the factors. So that's 1 and negative 45.
Mm-hmm.
Negative 3 and 15. 5. Negative 5 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it.
Reverse these as well. Reverse each of these.
Negative 1 and 45.
Mm-hmm.
Negative 15 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Negative 9 and 5.
Okay. All right.
And the one that adds to give negative 4 is negative 9 and 5.
All right.
So then we put back the 15x
Squared.
minus 9x.
You sure you don't want to put the 5 closer to the 15 and the 9 to the 3?
Okay, miss.
You could do it that way now, but and you will still get your answers, but it's better to pair up the ones with common factors. Even though 3 would be a common factor of the 15 and the 9, right? But this way, you definitely know they can divide. So it's positive 5 and negative 9. Okay, minus 3.
So 5x can go into them both.
Mm-hmm.
5x into 15x squared goes 3x. 5x into 5x goes 1 times. Negative 3 as the common factor. Negative 3 into 9x into negative 9x goes 3 times 3x. And negative 3 into negative 3 goes plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're the same, so we can write back the 5x minus 3 and the 3x plus 1.
Okay, brilliant. All right, John, you ready?
Yes, miss, I'm ready.
All right.
Miss, is it a hard one?
No, sir. None of them you're not odd. Okay, there you go.
Then we said 6 times negative 20, which is negative 120.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, miss, so we have 6 times negative 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, miss, a negative 6 times 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Miss, we also have 4 times negative 30.
Mm-hmm.
A negative 4 times 30.
What happened to my mouse? Okay.
Miss, oh yes, miss, negative 4 times negative 30.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
That will give a positive 120.
Oh, yeah, negative. Oh, okay. Miss, we also have negative 3 times 40
Mm-hmm.
and 40 times negative 3. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
negative 40 times 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that's it.
You sure?
Oh,
I'm almost sure 15 can go into it.
okay. Let me see. 15,
It's 8 times.
um, so negative 15 times 8
Negative 15,
times 8.
8, and negative 8
8.
times 15.
How about 10?
Yes, miss.
And 5.
10. So negative 10 times 12 and negative 12 times 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. 5,
That's 24.
5, negative 5 times 24 and 24 times negative 5. Negative 24 times 5.
Can 18 go?
18. Yes, miss.
Okay.
18 can go.
18 times what?
Yes.
18 times what?
Um, it's 18 times 15.
Negative 15.
Yes. Oh, wait. Yes, I think I did something. Miss, 18 can't go.
Can't go?
No, miss.
Are you at time for doing a John?
Where, miss?
Alright, how about 9? 8? Oh, we have 8.
Yes.
You sure we have everything?
Yes. Yeah, miss, that's all I know.
Alright, so we have 15. How about 2?
2. Yes, miss. 2 times 90 a negative 2 times negative 2 times negative
Not 90, 60.
sorry, it's negative 2 times 6.
Alright, so have you seen anything that will add to give 7?
Okay. Yes, miss.
Which 2 will add to give 7?
Okay. Miss, negative 8 plus 15.
Alright, negative 8 and 15 will give 7. Alright, so what do I do?
Miss, we're going to break that down. So miss will be 6x squared plus
Mm,
miss minus 8x plus 15 minus 20.
15x.
15x, yes. 15x minus 20.
Alright.
Okay, miss, and now we're going to break that down, miss. So miss, the highest common factor of 6 and 8, miss, which is 2,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 into 6x squared. Oh,
X
wait,
is
miss, 2.
common, John. X is
Yes.
common.
Oh, yes, yes,
X
miss.
is
2x.
common.
So miss, it'd be
Mm.
3x.
Alright, so 2x into 6x squared goes 3x.
Yes, miss. Minus 4, miss.
Tell me how you're getting the 4. You have to walk me through it.
Okay. So miss, it'd be 2x divided by 8x.
Negative 8x divided by 2x.
Mm.
And that gives negative 4. Okay, what next?
Miss, the 15 and the 20, miss, the highest common factor of that, miss, is 5.
Mm-hmm.
5x. Uh, uh, yeah, miss, and miss, 5 into 15x goes 3x,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 into negative 20 goes negative 4.
Alright, so look to see if you have the same thing in the brackets.
Yes, miss, good. Yes, Miss
Okay.
Abby. That means it would be 2x plus 5 and 3x minus 4.
Okay. All right. And remember, when we factorize, we're supposed to be able to multiply back the factors, expand back the factors using the distributive law, and get back the original. So let's do that just to check, right? We're
Yes, sure.
supposed to be able to expand. So we would have 2x times 3x, which is 6x squared. 2x times negative 4, which is negative 8x. And 5 times 3x, which is 15x. And 5 times negative 4, which is negative, oh, I left off the x. 5 times negative 4, which is negative 20. And now we combine the x's, the like terms. So that's 6x squared, negative 8x, plus 15x, give a positive 7x minus 20. So see, we get by the original expression that we started off with. So whenever you factorize, if you want to double check that you did the right thing, you got the right factors, just expand it using the distributive law. So you're doing the reverse. You're going backwards. And just like when you solve any equation, whether linear or quadratic, you can substitute the value, plug it back into the original equation and see if it adds up, right? Likewise, when you factorize an expression, whether linear or quadratic, you can expand it back using the distributive law, and you should get the original equation that you had there. When we do algebra again, we're going to do some more factorizing quadratic expressions just for good practice. And then we will go on to solving quadratic equations, right? Using factorization, because there are other methods which we are going to do in time. So we're going to look at solving quadratic equations using the method of factorizing. Okay, so my devoted scholars, thank you for your time and your participation.
Thank you, Miss.
Always a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you to the
Thank
persons in
you.
the chat, yes, who have also been good company, and you're always welcome. Okay, so have a good night, one and all. Sleep well, and
Yes,
Yes, Miss. You too,
I'll
Miss.
see you tomorrow.
Miss, we forgot something.
I didn't forget. I'm wondering if you forgot.
No, Miss, I didn't.
Okay,
Remember, we're not. Okay. Please remember, we're not just solving math problems, we're changing lives.
absolutely. We are changing lives. Absolutely. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
All right, so see you tomorrow.
You tomorrow, Miss.
All right, so let me play for you now the schedule of classes to remind you when and what sessions we do. preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up, I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So, stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.